Hey everyone, welcome back to By Its Cover. I'm Leah and today I'm doing my July wrap-up. Sorry I've been gone so long. I was on vacation last week and have just been really busy, but I wanted to get this video done and up because July's already over and it's the first week of August. This is my first wrap-up and that's because I usually don't read more than like 2 to 3 books in a month, but it's summer and as I was going through the month of July, I was like, wow, I am reading a lot and like could actually do a wrap-up this time. So the first book I read in July, I think I started maybe at the end of June, but I finished it in July, so I'm going to count it, and that was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This was such a great book. It was so exciting. It's about a carnival basically that takes place on an island and is like a scavenger hunt for the guests, and it's shrouded in all this mystery and magic and people aren't really sure what's real and what's illusion. And our main character has wanted to go to Caraval her whole life, but this time is actually very important that she's there because her sister is the prize. She's the target, I guess, of what everyone's trying to find, and obviously she just wants her sister back and not somebody else to find her. And she gets help along the way from a bunch of mysterious characters that we're not really sure she can trust, but overall it was just super fun and exciting and it was a great read. Next, I don't have them with me because I read them on ebook, but I read This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. Now, A Darker Shade of Magic is my current favorite book of 2017, so I went into this pretty high expectations because I love Victoria's writing style, and I definitely like the first book a lot better than the second. It's about a city where monsters are formed out of evil acts like crimes and murders and mass murders, and the city has been divided into people who are resisting living with the monsters and the other half who is paying for protection from a rich guy who controls the monsters on his side of the city enough that they won't kill you. And it focuses on the daughter of that man who runs the north side of the city and a monster who is working with the humans on the south side of the city and how they meet, and we're both fighting some pretty big literal inner demons. It's a good read questioning like your humanity and morals, but I definitely like the first book better, I think just because of the whole situation of them meeting and like getting to know one another. I live for all that kind of stuff, the middle chunks, whereas book 2 was very action heavy. It is a duology, so it is like the ending book, which I'm never happy when things close, but it was just constant action compared to book 1 where there was still leisure time, I guess. After that, I started reading Assassin's Blade, and I started on PDF and then pretty much immediately went to go purchase it because I wanted to add it to my Sarah J. Maas collection. I was iffy about reading this for so long because I didn't think I would like novellas, but these definitely don't feel like that. They all flow nicely from one to the next and feel like a story, but it was nice to get all these small backstory and tidbits of Selena's life, as well as see all these cute fun cameos of characters that she's going to meet in the future. If you haven't read anything in the Thread of Glass series, I would recommend reading books 1 through 4 before reading Assassin's Blade if you really want to get all those cameos and appreciate all the heartbreak and suffering. Next, I don't have it with me anymore because I returned it to the library, but I read Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. This was our book club book of the month. I think we all got pretty busy though with summer and some things came up, so we haven't had our meeting about it yet, but I do have a cover review coming for it. This is a contemporary novel, which is not regular for my channel at all, and it's about a girl and her best friend who are graduating high school in Los Angeles. They both work in the movie industry and are interning and getting some pretty big career steps, but then they find a letter from a dead movie star and get drawn into this mystery of trying to find who they should give the letter to instead of just turning it over. And the whole mystery thing is really cool. I really like contemporaries, but my biggest thing was that I know it's a book and anything can happen in a book, but this girl who's like 18 is getting to be lead set designer on a huge budget film, and it just felt very unrealistic to me. Like, getting jobs is so hard. That's really unfair. But like, a book, it's a book, whatever. So I pushed through it in 2 days, but definitely not my favorite thing. I think I was just finishing it to finish it, and because I had to for book club. But I'll see what everyone else thinks of it. And the last thing I read was my road trip book, and that was The Graces by Laura Eve. I had several people tell me that they didn't like this book that much, and that's why I kind of chose it for my road trip, because I knew I'd be stopping a lot and putting it down and having to do things. But I honestly really liked it. It's definitely not a traditional romance by any means. It's definitely not a happy ending book, but I thought there was some great deep thinking. There's definitely a lot of research into what went on, and just enough air of mystery that kept it really exciting. And I heard that she's currently writing the sequel, but I was honestly okay with the ending as it was. So the Graces are this family in a town that have been there as long as anyone can remember, and everyone is convinced they are witches, but they are never really confirming or denying this. No one really knows for sure because they never invite people over to their house. They have friends for very short periods of time, same with girlfriends, boyfriends. And their parents just seem very controlling. But a new girl moves to school and makes it her mission to become their friend, and she does. And just seeing the differences in their families and their motivations and the way they're thinking is really cool. And there's some great twists in this, and it is honestly a really good dark book if that's what you're into. Alright, that's it for my July wrap up. I'm not going to do a TBR for next month or any month in the future really, because I never plan out what I'm going to read in advance. It's more of a, what am I feeling, what do I want to read, and then I know that I get super busy sometimes, and if I'm trying to force myself to meet a goal and then I get busy, it's just gonna fail miserably. So thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. Go check out some social media and some cover reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next chapter.